Alright, hey everybody, and welcome to Zenfolio Live. I'm Robert with Zenfolio Customer Support. I just want to say thank you for joining us on today's live Q&A. So I see a couple of you guys already in the chat, so I just want to say hi to Eddie, and it sounds like he just started a trial, so welcome to Zenfolio, Eddie, and I hope today's live Q&A is helpful for you. Hi against the camper, asking about the blog banner, so we will definitely get into that today as well. Now, before I jump into the questions, I do have some stuff I want to go over. One of the things I want to talk about is the free client marketing. I think I touched a little bit on this, but it's something that we did last year, and we're doing it again this year. I think I talked about it a little bit last week, but I just wanted to kind of go over it again. It's something that if you're looking for a way to boost your sales, it's definitely something that you should look at and consider participating in. So this is under Settings, and then go to Selling. Excuse me. And then it's right here on the left. It says free client marketing right here on the left. And then what this is these are different campaigns that Zenfolio actually does on your behalf to your clients. So you can enroll in all of them if you want, or you can come down here and pick and choose different ones that you want to enroll in. And the way this works is that Zenfolio will send out an email to all of your clients on your contact list that have registered to a specific gallery, either by visitor sign-in, placing an order, or creating a favorite set in the last 18 months. What we will do is we will send out promotional emails on your behalf. They'll be customized with your display name, and they'll run these different promotions and things like that. So it's a really awesome feature. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. I just wanted to kind of review it again really quick and just show you guys where it's at. So like I said, you can definitely pick and choose which one of these you want to participate in right here. And it'll let you know all of that information right there about the start date, the email date, and all that stuff. The other cool thing about this, and what we're doing this year, is if you go up here and you click this View Campaign here, and I'm just going to open it in a new tab, the 2017 Client Campaign page. If you go there, you can actually view the emails that will be sent out to your visitors. So if you scroll down here, you can click View Sample right here. You can actually preview these emails that will be sent out to your visitors and marketing to them for your site. You can see the code, but the cool thing is right down here, the creative assets, you can click here and you can download pre-made graphics that you can use to promote these on your personal and business social media networks like Facebook and things like that. There's also where you can download some pre-written wording, social copy, whatever you want to call it, basically a pre-written blurb that kind of promotes these campaigns as well that you can use on your social media networks and things like that. So again, the way you get to that page right there is you just click on this little 2017 campaigns page here, and that's under free client marketing. You go to Settings, Selling, and then click on free client marketing, and that's how you get to that. All right, let me get back to my dashboard. It looks like I've already got a question coming through in the chat, so let me just get back to my dashboard here really quick, and then let me take a look here. So Camper says, can you show me how to customize the banner content when I'm in my blog and I click Preview and Configure Blog, then click Banner Content? So let me see if I can make it to the page that you're talking about, Camper, and then I will see if I can show you how to do some customization there. So first what we're going to do is we're going to go to the blog here. So we're going to go Website right here, go to Blog, and then you said Preview and Configure Blog, so you're going right here. And then clicking Banner Content. So up here on the top, I'm assuming you're talking about the banner that appears here. So let me see if I have this thing turned on actually. Let me just switch over to my browser only view right here. And then what I'm going to do is go to Options, Page Elements, and let's see. So I guess the banner is already turned on there. Let me make a look here. Okay, so what we're going to do is go to Banner Content, and then what you can do is choose a photo. I'm just going to pick one here. Let's find something that we like. Hit Select, and then you can choose Middle Center right here, and Insert. and that's going to be up here at the top. Now, as far as what the size is, I think that's controlled under... I'm not really sure where you control the size of that banner. It looks like that's a fixed size there. Let me see if we can change the layout and get a different layout. Oh, that has a better option here. Let's see. I think they're all going to be pretty much the same. So let's see here. Yeah, my internet is acting up again. Love it. So what I'm doing here is I'm just changing the layout to see if what I can do is get a better option for customizing that. Okay, so now we've got a different blog layout here. Let's go to options and see if this gives us some customization options. No, unfortunately it doesn't. So I think that blog banner right here that you're talking about, Camper, is going to just be a standard size, whatever size it is you see here. Now what I would probably suggest doing is maybe just creating a graphic like in Photoshop or something like that and putting some information, text, and things like that on it. I know in some of the gallery pages you can customize the height and size of your banner. Looks like in the blog though, unfortunately, you're not able to do that. Probably what you would want to do is start somewhere with an image that's like 944 pixels wide by, I don't know, that looks to be probably about 200 pixels tall. So somewhere right in there might be the target size that you want to try to start out with. If you're wanting to create like a custom graphic there, that's where I would start, and then upload it and add it to your blog. So you would just upload it to a new gallery, maybe call it like blog banner content or something like that, and then you would just click on banner content and go to select content and then choose that gallery and choose that photo. Now the other thing you could do too is you could also switch it over to be like a slideshow. So if you had a slideshow that you wanted to use there, you could just pick the gallery, and obviously you would want to create a special gallery for this blog banner because of the cropping here that happens. So that's one thing you could do. You could also switch it over to being what is it called? A photo strip. So something like this right here, and update that. And what that's going to do is it's actually going to force the images to fit. So if you're not liking the way that maybe some of your images are getting cropped off, you could switch it over to being a photo strip like this, and then all of the images in here will be forced to fit within this space here. So if you're wanting to do like some kind of ad or some rolling ad or something like that, you might consider using the photo strip layout versus maybe a photo or a slideshow layout. You could also create a video for that if you wanted. It's a really awkward size, but you could definitely do that as well. So anyway, Camper, I hope that kind of gives you some ideas of how you can customize it. If you want, just shoot me an email. Let me get back to the home page here really quick, or the dashboard. Let me just go back to my dashboard. So if you want, just shoot me an email. Go to zenfolio.com/contact. You can put attention Robert in there or something, and we can definitely talk more about how exactly you're wanting to customize that blog banner. Maybe I'll be able to help you out more once I kind of understand exactly what you're looking for. So definitely just shoot me an email, and we can work on that together, and kind of when I understand what you're trying to do, I can help you out with that. All right, so let me see if we got any more questions here in the chat here. Thea is back, and then let's see. Sharks is back, and he says, can I sell phone cases outside of the U.S.? I want to make bank worldwide. That is a good question, actually. I'm not sure if the phone cases are available yet in other countries or not. Let me just take a look really quick. So what I'm going to do is go to... just go to a gallery really quick. Actually, I'm going to go to selling, go to a price list, and then let's see, add price list right here. This is going to add a blank price list, or a new pre-filled price list. And then what I'm going to do is just go to add products right here. And what we can do is we can change the settings. Actually, let's not do the change the settings there. Let's go and add another currency. And what I'm going to do is just change it to euros really quick. Save that. And then let's see. Let's see if we can add a phone case there. I know it's something that we're working on. I'm not sure if we've got that completely done yet as far as that goes. So there's the Zenfolio phone cases right here. But yeah, so if you look right here, as soon as I click on that, it says change vendor. So right now it looks like it's not something that we can do at the moment, Sharks, but I'm sure it's probably something that we're working on. There might be some more details coming out later, and if I do get those details, I will definitely let you guys know and pass that information on. Like I said, it is something that we're working on. It's just not there quite yet. All right, let me get back to my dashboard really quick. And then let's see, do I have any more questions here in the chat? All right, so no more questions in the chat. Guys, if you're watching and this is your first time watching, just say hi, let us know where you're from. If you guys got any questions about your Zenfolio account, definitely please get those questions in the chat so I can make sure I get to those while we're live. For you, those of you guys who are watching the recorded version of this afterward, if you have any questions, there's a link below in the description that will let you, it says questions for next week. It will let you put a question in there, and then I will definitely answer it. I'll definitely answer it next week on the next week's live stream. Okay, so let me go ahead and get into some email questions here really quick. So the first question I've got says, what should I do to protect my images if I don't mind my galleries being public on my site, but I don't necessarily want them to be found on Google? So it sounds like you want galleries to be public, easy to access for visitors and things like that, but you don't necessarily want them to be showing up in Google searches and things like that. Now, what you can do is you can take a gallery, and even though it's public and stuff like that, what you can do is you can set it up to not be indexed by search engines. So let me show you how to do that really quick. And while we're here, I'm just going to kind of go over access control settings. I know a lot of you guys already are familiar with access control settings, but it's a good time to just go ahead and go over it. So Zenfolio, you've got a couple of different access control settings. And when I say that, what I'm talking about is I'm talking about the security settings for your galleries and photos and things like that. Now, if I click on this gallery right here, let's say this is a gallery that you want to be public. But you don't want this gallery showing up in Google search and things like that. What can you do? So you can click on the gallery right here, go to gallery access, leave it set to public, but then if you scroll down over here on the left side, you can go to the search and metadata tab right here, and you can actually check this option right here, which says do not include photos and videos in any search results. That means that it's not going to appear in search engines. Now, since this gallery was previously allowed to be publicly searchable, there is a chance that Google has already indexed it, and it might take a little bit for them to re-index that and remove those images. So just keep that in mind, but you can check this option right here, and that's going to not allow it to be indexed by search engines, and that's also going to prevent it from being searched on the search that's on your site if you're using like the search bar on your website. Now, if you want it to be searchable on your site, just not indexed by search engines, you can check this option right here that says allow searching on my site only. That's going to let people go to your website, and if you have that search bar function turned on, they can search and this gallery will show up. But the search engines like Google, Bing, Yahoo, and all that stuff are not going to be able to actually index that gallery. So that's how you do that right there. This is still going to let that gallery be public, so there's not a password required to enter it, but it's just not going to be indexed by search engines. Now back to access control settings while we're here. You've got four different settings that you can use in Zenfolio. The most common ones are these three up here. So there's public, which means that it's public, anybody can access it, it doesn't require a password, and most of the time if it's public, it's also going to be indexed by search engines unless you just turn that option off like I just showed you just now. The next setting is private. Now the private setting means that this gallery is only accessible to you, the photographer, when you're logged into your account. So this is not the setting that you want to use for things like private clients or things like that. This is like this is the setting that you want to use if you don't want anybody but you when you're logged into your account to be able to access it. Now the next one is locked with a password. This is the most common one that people use for their client galleries because it's just what it says. The gallery is locked with a password, and in order for anybody to gain access to it, they have to enter that password. Now, something that you should keep in mind is when you lock a gallery with a password, that does not necessarily mean that that gallery is not going to be found by search engines. That gallery still exists, and it's still going to be found by search engines. They just can't index the information inside of it. So the images will not appear on the search engines and things like that. But the gallery, if people search, the gallery could show up. So if it has a name that might get pulled up in search, that could definitely show up. But again, in order to gain access, they're going to have to enter a password to get access. So if you don't want it to be indexed by search engines and you want it to be locked with a password, that's when you would go down to that search and metadata tab right here and then remove it from searching as well right here. All right, so I hope that answers your questions about the about how to keep a gallery public. Let it be easy accessible, but have it not be indexed in search engines and things like that. All right, so let me get back out of here really quick and get back to my dashboard. All right, so Eddie says, are there built-in options and tools that integrate with Twitter and other social media apps that would automatically post when I upload a new photo or blog entry? Unfortunately, there's not anything that does this automatically for you yet. It's definitely a feature that we are looking at. I don't have any kind of timeline on when we could integrate something like that, but it's definitely something that we're aware of that would be nice to have just to make less work for the photographer and things like that. So at the moment, there's nothing that's going to automatically do that for you. Now, in the galleries and stuff like that, you can share to your social media networks right from here. So some of them anyway. So what you want to do is, like, if you just uploaded this Smith gallery right here, what you would want to do is you'd want to come down to sharing and client access. You can either click on it here or you can click right here, and you can share to Facebook, Google Plus, and Twitter all from right here. So you can just click this, and then you're going to be able to click right here and share it to whatever Facebook account that you're logged into. So currently you can see I'm not logged into a Facebook account. Now, this is the important thing to remember, is that this is not going to share it to your business account unless that's the Facebook account that you're logged into. So this is not going to go to the Facebook account that you've linked with your Zenfolio account. Again, it's going to go to the Facebook account that you're logged into. Same thing with Twitter right here. So here's Twitter. You can share to Twitter, Google Plus, and then you can also click and email that link as well. But like I said, yeah, unfortunately, Eddie, there's not anything that's going to do this automatically for you yet. It's something that we are definitely looking at, and I think we should consider working on that, but we just don't have that functionality in there just quite yet. Good question, though. Great question. All right, let me see. All right, yep, Camper. So you're going to create something in Photoshop. Yeah, like I said, I would start with for that blog banner. I would start with somewhere around 944 pixels by 200, maybe 200 pixels tall. That's not an exact science there. I don't know the exact number, but that should get you pretty close to that banner height there. And it looks like Cheryl said that Phone Cases also just went live for the UK and EU, and she sent some information there. So thanks, Cheryl, for putting that information out there. I guess I missed that announcement. Okay, let me see. Let me jump over to some email questions again here really quick. Okay, so some of the email variables do not work on certain types of invites. Why is that? All right, guys. So if you are using like any of the email tools that Zenfolio has, like triggered emails or things like that, or maybe just a gallery invite, you can include some variables in those emails that will put people's names and things like that in it. For instance, let me just go to communication right here, and let me just go to email communications. And I know I've talked about triggered emails in the past, so I'm not going to really dive into that right now. We're just going to kind of talk about these variables. So if you create a new email template, let's just say you want to do like a custom wedding invite. Right here, there are a list of variables that you can use. Let me just zoom out here so I can get this up here. So let me just get right there. All right, so there are some variables that you can use on these custom templates if you're creating. So like if you are doing gallery invites and you get tired of changing the message text in gallery invites over and over and over again, what you can do is you can come in here and you can create a new email template for your invite. So let's just say maybe we're creating one, maybe we did a dance event and we want to create a special dance event invite template right here. We're just going to call it dance event, and you can change the subject line. So you can just say, here is the link to your dance gallery, something like that. And then obviously you can add whatever message text that you want in here. Now, when you're doing this, since we're creating a gallery invite, what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to have the gallery link show up in this email without necessarily having to copy and paste it yourself. That's where email variables come into place. So you can find a list of those variables here. So if you just click on this, and I'm just going to open this up in a new tab, and it's going to kind of explain how things work. So let me just get that opened up. All right, so here's the list of variables here. There's gallery name, gallery link, gallery URL, all kinds of different things that you can do right here with this email. But the one thing that you've got to pay attention to is over here, it's going to tell you what kinds of emails these variables work in. And it's very important to pay attention to that. And the reason that some variables don't work in all invites is because, for instance, if you were sending an invite to a group page, which a group is looks like a folder in Zenfolio. If you were sending an invite to a group page, you couldn't use the gallery link or gallery name or gallery URL variable in that invite because there wouldn't be any information in there for it to transmit over. So that's why you're not able to use certain variables in different invites. Because like I said, if you were trying to use a gallery URL variable in a group invite email, there would be no information for it to pull from. So what you want to do is, since this is a gallery invite, you can copy the gallery link variable right here, just like this. Go back to that email template and just say something like, here is a link to your gallery. And then you could put that gallery link variable in right there. And that's going to work right there. So now after I do that, I'm going to hit save. And it says invalid variable. Why does it say invalid variable? Oh, because I created the wrong template. Anyway, so when you're trying to create those, you have to make sure that you're trying to do the right template there. So there's already gallery invites up here as well. Right here's a gallery invite right here. So if you were to customize this, you can see right here is group name. Oh, did I click on the group one? Sorry. Gallery invite right here. So the gallery invite, you can see right here is the gallery name and the gallery link. And this template has been designated to be the gallery invite template. So this is where you would need to do all of that right here. And then you can just hit save. That's going to be there. And then whenever you get ready to go and send out a gallery invite, you go to Photos, click on this, and then where's the invite button? Right here. Here's the invite button right here. You would just click that, and then you'll be able to choose from the invite templates that you created here. So that is why some of them work, some of them don't work. Like I said, it just depends on what kind of template that you're trying to create to make sure that that information is there for that variable to pull that information into the invite template. All right, let me get back to my dashboard here really quick. And let's see, do we have any other questions in the chat? Nope, no questions in the chat. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump over to another email question here really quick. What can I do to improve the SEO of my homepage? So actually, I see this question quite a bit being emailed into as people are asking, my galleries are showing up before my homepage shows up on Google search. My about page is showing up. I've got some custom pages that I created that are showing up in search engines before my actual homepage shows up. And the reason that happens is because as photographers, we like to have a nice clean homepage with nothing but really big images and maybe some menu items. Now when you do that, you don't give Google a lot of information to index that homepage and kind of rank it accordingly, or rank it higher than pages like your about page where there's more text information and things like that. So if you want your homepage to get ranked well, what you need to do is find ways, while still keeping it to be visually appealing, you want to find ways to boost its SEO and make it a little better for indexing purposes to Google. So one of the things that you can do is you can go to settings right here up at the top. Just go to settings and then go to website. And there is this search engine optimization tab right here. And you want to make sure that you go here and you do a good job of filling out the homepage title section and the homepage description section. The homepage title is what's going to appear as the title when somebody does a search on Google. So if I go to Google really quick and I do a search for local, let's see, if I do a search for baby photographers. If I do a search for something like that, this is the homepage title right here. So whatever you put in this homepage title field right here is what is going to show up when people do Google searches right here. That's the homepage title field. Now the homepage description field, or I'm sorry, website description field right here, that is what shows up right here. So as you can see, there is a limited amount of information that people can actually read because Google kind of cuts it off. However, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't put more information in here. You want to make sure that you're putting some good keywords in there. The type of photography you do, definitely put the location that you work out of in there, and things like that. And this is all going to help your homepage's SEO. Now the next thing you can do is you can make sure that the images that you're showing on your homepage have been keyworded properly, so that when Google indexes that homepage and it finds those images, it can read those keywords, the alt text, the titles, comments, all kinds of things like that are going to provide more information for Google to read and understand what your page is about and index it accordingly. So let's just pretend like right now this is the gallery that I'm using on my homepage. And if you don't do all of that before you upload to Zenfolio, you can do it inside of Zenfolio. But I would definitely recommend keywording your photos, adding all that information in before you upload in whatever editing software that you use. If you haven't done that, what you can do is click on the gallery. And you can do this for the gallery, so you can come over here in the gallery details, add a title. This one doesn't make a lot of sense for search engines, so you might want to change it to something else. You can add captions, keywords, select a category even, and all of this stuff is going to help the SEO of your homepage. Once you do that for the gallery, you can actually click on an individual image and do the same thing. So you can come here and give it a title that actually means something, give it a caption, copyright, alt text, give it some alt text that means something, keywords and category. And you can do that for a single photo. I wouldn't recommend doing a caption or a keyword for all of the photos at the same time, because that could appear like keyword stuffing. But what you can do is you can strategically select multiple photos in here and keyword those at the same time. So for instance, I might want to select like this one and hold command and select that one, and then come down here, maybe select this bottom one since they're all three landscapes. And then what I can do is I can change the caption and keyword them all at the same time, so I don't have to keep doing it over and over again per image. But again, like I said, you want to be careful and be strategic with that. That way it doesn't appear like you're trying to stuff a bunch of keywords on your homepage. But I would definitely make sure that you've gone through all the images that are showing on your homepage. and made sure that you've keyworded those, put alt text in there, and selected a category, and that's going to make a big difference on your homepage SEO. All right, so I hope that helps you there with getting your homepage boosted up in that search, those search results. Let me see. We got another question here in the chat. So, Shark says, I want an award from Knot. Can I add my award badge to my footer? You definitely can do this. So what you're going to have to do is, and what I suggest doing is probably uploading that badge to a gallery. I think I've got something in here I can show you with here. So let me go to photos really quick. And let me take a look really quick. I think I have something here. Yeah. So I've got this gallery right here. What I would recommend doing is creating a gallery, just uploading that award badge or whatever to that gallery. You're probably going to want to, if it's a PNG where you want some transparency, there are going to be a few tricks that you've got to do to get this to show with transparency, but you can definitely do them here. So the first thing you want to do is, after you've got that uploaded, I'm just going to use this little Facebook thing right here as an example. And let me just switch over here really quick. So I'm just going to use this little Facebook thing right here as an example and show you how to put that into your footer. Now, before I get started, I do want to point out that this is going to involve some custom coding. And while we do offer some places where you can put custom code into your website, we are not able to provide any troubleshooting on that custom code. And if it does something to your website, if it makes something act crazy, chances are we're probably just going to tell you that you need to remove that custom coding because we cannot offer any technical assistance with custom code. But okay, so I've got this photo here uploaded, this badge right here. Now the first thing I want to do is this one is a transparent PNG. So what I want to do is I want to be able to show it with that transparency. So what I'm going to do is go to Photo Access, and I'm going to go to Downloading, and I'm going to turn Allow Downloading on. Now the reason I'm going to do that is because that is what's going to give me access to the actual image file. Anytime you upload photos to Zenfolio, our system generates preview images that are JPEG files. And in this case, we're wanting to get the transparent PNG, so we need to access the actual image file and not the generated JPEG files. So what I'm going to do is after I've got that downloading turned on right there, what I want to do is come down here to Sharing and Client Access. And there's two options here that you've got. You've got direct links to images, and you've also got the Get Embed Code. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go right here to, let's see if we can do it here. We can do it here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go to Get Embed Code. And since we've turned on that downloading, we can get the embed code for the original photo. Now, if you'll notice the difference here. So here is the code for that photo right there. And you'll notice that while I've got it set to small, the extension is JPG, so it's a JPEG file right now. That's not going to have any transparency. So now what I'm going to do is switch that over from being the small file to the original file, and now if you look, that changed to .png. So now what we're going to do is just copy this embed code right here. So I'm copying that embed code, and then I'm going to go up to my Zenfolio, hover over Customize Website, and then we're going to go and we're going to create a custom footer. So as you can see right here, I've got my footer showing down here. So I'm going to go over here to the left, hit Site Footer, and then we want to set the custom content to show right here. So custom content to show. Then I'm going to click on this content tab right here. And here is where you embed that custom code. Now I know there's an embed option right here, but I'm actually a fan of going the source code route. For me, I've tried using the embed option a couple of times, and sometimes it makes things act just a little bit funny. So I'm going to go with the source code route. So I'm just clicking on source code, pasting that embed code in here. Then I'm going to uncheck that. And I'm going to apply. And now we should be seeing that on the footer there. So if I go down to the bottom, right there is that image now embedded on the footer. So that's how you would do that, Sharks. Congratulations, by the way, for winning that award from Knot. That's awesome. But if you want to put a custom badge on there, what I would do is definitely upload it and then just do that process that I just showed you right there. All right, let me get back to my dashboard really quick. And that also works, guys, by the way, if you want to show an animated GIF, that also works that same process will also work that way as well. All right, let me get back here to my dashboard. And I'm going to go ahead and take another email question here. So I've got an email question that says, how can I get my logos to be on my prints? So there's a couple of different ways that you can do this. The first way is if you want your logo to appear on all of your prints, no matter what, the best thing to do is going to be put that logo on the photo before you upload it to Zenfolio. So you can put that logo on the photo before you upload it to Zenfolio, and then it's part of the original image, and that's going to be the image that is sent off to the labs. For printing. So your logo would always appear on the printed file if you put that logo file or logo image on the photo before you uploaded it. Now, the second thing you could do is if you have order approval turned on, and maybe you don't want your logo file to appear on all of the photos that you sell, but maybe there's a special gallery or a special situation where you want to add a logo over an image before it gets printed, and you didn't upload it with the logo already on there. Well, in order approval, you can actually change the photo out. So what you would want to do is, let's see here. Let me find a good order. So what you would want to do is you would want to take that image in Photoshop, add the logo file to it, and then you can come to the order while it's in approval status. If you haven't approved it already, while it's in pending status, click Change Photo, and that's going to pull up a little dialog box that looks like this, and you can go and find that new photo that you put the logo in, and you can swap it out in the order so that then the image that's sent to the labs will have your logo on it. Now, if you're going to do it this way with order approval on, what I would recommend doing is just creating a gallery, call it replacement photos, and upload those photos there. That way, when you go to replace it, instead of having to look for it in the original gallery, you can just go to Select Gallery, find that replacement photo gallery wherever it is, select that, and then those images would be there for you to replace them in order approval. So that's another way that you could do that. And if you guys aren't familiar with order approval, this is something that you turn on in your price list, and it's definitely something that I would consider turning on because it's going to provide you with a little bit of a safety buffer, and also it's going to let you do things like change the photo out and things like that. So if I go to a price list really quick, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on price list settings right here, and this is where you can turn order approval on right here. By default, order approval is usually turned on whenever you create a new price list. Some people come in here and turn it off. I would definitely leave it on. Again, what this does is when your client goes to your website and they place a print order, it's going to send you a notification, and you've actually got some time to look at that order. You can review it. You can make sure that your clients didn't put in a wrong shipping address, or maybe you've got one of those clients who at the last minute, after they already placed their order, decided they wanted to change it. If you have order approval on, that order will actually sit in your account and not go to the labs until you approve it. And in many cases, that's going to provide you with a really nice safety buffer in case you need to make some changes, like add a logo to the file or something like that. Now, the other thing that you can do if you want your logo to appear on all the photos is if you have an advanced or premium business account and you've got Miller's linked to your account, you can actually go and put a logo on file with Miller's. So again, you have to have a premium business or an advanced account, but you can actually go and put a logo on file with Miller's. And then what you can do is go to Settings, Selling, and then there's a vendor preference right here, vendor preferences. And if you scroll down and you have Miller's enabled, which I'm not sure if it's enabled in this account or not. No, so Miller's has not been enabled in this account, but you can go to Miller's and you can set up that logo to be printed on there as well. So anyway, those are the options that you have for getting that logo actually printed on the images. Is either one, upload it with the actual logo on the image, or two, changing it out in order approval, or three, putting a logo file on Miller's or a logo on file with Miller's if you've got an advanced or premium business account, and then they can add that to you when they print. Ted James is in the house. He says, "Where's Shark? I want to make bank too." Yeah, so good to have you join us there, Ted, as well. Let me see. Let me get back to my dashboard. I'm already in the back there. So let me go ahead and jump over and take another email question really quick. Okay, so I've got a question that says, how do I offer videos for sale on my site? So if you want to sell digital downloads and things like that for a video, it's almost exactly the same setup as setting up a digital photo to be downloaded. What you need to do is just go to selling right here. And then you're going to click on digital products right here, add product. And I've got a really good video tutorial on creating digital products, adding them to the price list and things like that. So if I could get Cheryl to throw that video link out in the chat. I'm not going to run through the whole process. But basically what you would want to do is create a digital product and make sure you choose video. Then you've got a license you can select here, or you can upload a custom one if you want. You can also choose the video quality here as well. After you get that video product created, then what you need to do is Shark is everywhere. Then what you need to do is, after you create that video product, what you need to do is you need to add it to a price list. So you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and go through it. So let's see. We're just going to call this video download. We've chosen the video option. Let's select a license really quick. We're going to do full HD, and then I'm just going to come down here. Make sure that you leave this to 1. And then at the very bottom, let me get myself out of the way here. We're just going to hit save right here. Now that's going to save that digital video product, but we still need to add that to a price list. So what we're going to do is go to selling again, price list, and then you would add it to whatever price list you wanted to sell this video on. So if I wanted to do sell videos on my engagement price list, I would just click there. And then go to add products right here like this. And then let me switch from Zenfolio phone cases to Black Onyx photography. That makes it easier to find things like digital products or packages or self-fulfilled products, is by switching to your studio name. Then I'm going to click on the download category right here. And then we should see the video download right here. Add that selected product. Now it's been added to the price list. And then we can set the price for it here and save it. And so now, as long as there's a video file in the gallery that price list is assigned to, people will be able to buy a video. If there's not a video file in that gallery, then that video product is not going to show up because there's nothing to buy. So it's not going to show up. So as long as there's a video file in there, they'll be able to purchase videos. That product will show up. If there's no video file, there's not a video to purchase, and it's not going to show up. All right, let me see. Let me get back to my dashboard really quick right here. And take my next email question here. Can I keyword my photos after I upload them to Zenfolio? Yeah, so I think I already went over that, but just to make sure I do it again, it's really easy. After you upload it, you just go to Photos, and then, like I said, you can go to any of the galleries that you have here. And then click on a photo right here like this. You can go to Photo Details right here, and this is where you can add keywords. Now, you can add it to a single photo. You can keyword this entire gallery all at once if you want by going down to the bottom and then hitting this. There's a select all button right down here at the bottom. That'll select all of the photos in that gallery, and then you can keyword them all at once. You can multi-select photos by holding Command and clicking on them, and that will keyword just those photos. And you can also select an array by holding Shift and choosing the first and last photo that you want to keyword. And that's how you can keyword a single photo, multiple photos after you've uploaded it to Zenfolio. It's definitely possible to do it that way. Another thing that you can also do too is you can bulk update the metadata of a gallery. So right here, if I'm clicked on this gallery, you can see over here in the toolbox it says gallery. What I can do is choose this bulk update metadata, and then you just download this, and what that's going to do is it's going to download a CSV file of the metadata, and it's going to have the image it's going to have a list of all of the photos that are in that gallery. Their file names are going to be over on the left hand side, and then you can actually add the keywords and stuff in there and then re-upload it, and that will change the keywords as well. So that's another way that you can do it as well. Alright, so we've got a question in the chat. Shark says, I have a pro account now. I heard that the advanced account gets a feature for schools and races. What's the name of that feature? Is there a demo page that I can review on it later? Absolutely right. So there's definitely, if you're in a pro account, you've got the account that lets you sell. But with the advanced account, there's actually a ton of cool features that you get that you don't have in any of the other accounts. So one of the features that you're going to get with the advanced account is what's called the events feature. There is a page on that. If I could get Cheryl to throw that page out in the chat. It's also funny that you asked that, Sharks, because that's actually a video tutorial that I'm working on. It won't be coming out this week, but I'm hoping that next week I'll be able to release that events video tutorial as well. But basically, in a nutshell, what events allow you to do is they allow you to create a searchable group of photos that has its own landing page. So if you went out and you shot an entire race, a marathon or something like that, what you would want to do is you would want to be able to allow people to go to this page and just enter maybe their runner bib number, and then the photos that have them in it all pop up. That's what an event does. Now, you do have to keyword the photos and things like that, and there's some process that you have to go through on the back end to make sure that it's all set up. But it's definitely a fabulous feature for school photographers, for event photographers, for race photographers, and sport photographers. It's awesome to have. Also, with the advanced account, you're going to get phone support. So you'll be able to call during phone support hours and get help with your account. You're going to get live chat support. You're going to get a lot more options when it comes to order approval. You'll be able to do things like cancel orders yourself. If you want, you'll be able to change products out, add products, and things like that. So there are some really cool features to upgrade to that advanced account. Or there's some really cool features and good reasons to upgrade to that advanced account if you're not there already. All right, let's see. So let me get back to I'm already on my dashboard here. Let's see. Ted says, now can you give me access as a photographer only because he has a pro account now? Shark, can I post a picture of Shark on your account? Yeah, so that's another thing too. I'm glad you said that, Ted. Another thing too with the advanced account that you get is if you're running a studio and you've got multiple photographers that work for you, the advanced account is also going to allow you to create multiple logins. So you can have multiple users that can log in, and you can limit their access to certain things. So you can set up a user to be a photographer, and all they can really do is go in and upload photos to galleries. They can't change the price list. They can't customize the website and things like that. So that is another awesome feature as well. And as Cheryl said, there's a demo page where you can actually demo out that event feature. So there's two kinds of events. There's a restricted event where it actually requires people to enter a passcode before they see their photos, and then there's a open event feature which allows people just to search kind of like by keyword. If you're a stock photographer and you want to have certain galleries have search functionalities, you can use the open event feature to give only specific galleries the ability to search things. You can do it that way as well. Can the host show me how to post a picture within a gallery? So yeah, if you're trying to figure out how to add a photo to a pre-existing gallery, yeah, I can definitely show you how to do that, Ted. So what you want to do is just go to photos right here. Anyway, I think that's what you're wanting to do, is add a photo to a pre-existing gallery. So if you want to go to just whatever gallery you want, let me just click on this one right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to upload a photo to this pre-existing gallery. So after you've clicked on it, you can just click upload like this right here. And then this is where you can either drag and drop a photo in here, or you can just go and find a photo on your desktop. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and upload a photo really quick to this gallery. So let me just find something that's nice and quick to upload. and do that. Okay, and then once you do that, you click close, and that's how you upload an existing a photo to an existing gallery. Sorry, got somebody sending me a message. Okay. Anyway, Ted, so that's how you do that. If that's what you were asking, let's see. Is it limited? Is there limited to 15 photographers? I don't think there's any limit to how many user accounts that you can create. Let me find out, Ted, on that for sure, because I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to try to verify that, but I'm not sure if there is actually a limit or not to that. But if you're looking to go for like a guest upload, if you're looking to like allow your visitors and things like that to upload to your account, that's not really the route that you're going to want to take, because when you create a sub-user account, even though you might limit them to being just a photographer while all they can do is upload photos, they can definitely still go into the account. They can definitely still go into the account and see any of the other photos that are uploaded there, like that. Yeah, and as Cheryl said too, so the advanced account is the only account that has the multiple users. And basically, it looks just like what you're used to seeing on the back end there. It looks just the way it looks on the back end. It has where they can go and upload photos and things like that. So it looks like there is a limit. It's actually 30, Ted. So it's actually 30 users that you can, multiple user accounts that you can create. All right, let me go back really quick to my dashboard here. And let's see. I hope I answered all your questions right. Ted, definitely get with me later if you've got more questions about the advanced account. Just shoot me an email, and we can talk about it. I can go over that a little bit more with you and kind of answer more of your specific questions and maybe help you figure out something that's better suited for you or something like that. So definitely shoot me an email and we can definitely chat about the advanced account and the user accounts and things like that. All right, so let me go back really quick. Let's see. We've got about 10 minutes left, guys. So if you guys have got any last-minute questions, anything that I went over, and maybe I went over a little bit too fast or stuttered too much, definitely let me know, and I will be happy to clarify, answer any last-minute questions that you guys got. Right now, I'm going to jump over to an email question really quick because I want to make sure I don't forget about those guys as well. All right, so let me think here. The next question I've got here is, what is the purpose of using favorites? How can they benefit me as the photographer? Well, the original idea of creating a favorites was that client was kind of like client proofing. So if I can get Cheryl to throw that contact email information out for Ted, you can contact me here as well. Just go to zenfolio.com, Ted. In the contact line or the subject line, you can just put, you question for Robert or something like that, and I'll be happy to help you with that. All right, back to the favorites feature. So the favorites feature, originally what it was set up for is kind of like for online proofing. So let's say that you're a photographer, you go out, you do a senior portrait shoot, and you want to save time because you don't want to go back and post-process every single photo that you shot that day because there's a chance that the client might not even order those photos. So with favorites, what you can do is you can turn the favorites feature on, upload that gallery of photos, send it out to the client. The client can go back through and actually put a little heart mark on the photos that they like. And that information is going to be shared with you. They can also share information. They can send a message and say, hey, I really like these photos, but can we do them in black and white? I really like them, but I hate the way my nose looks. Can you slim it down? If you're doing that kind of thing, that's definitely a possibility that you could do there as well. And then what it's going to do is it's going to give you that information back. You can see what photos they liked. You can then download those photos. You can do the editing and all that stuff, and then upload just those photos that they wanted, and they can go and purchase those photos. So it kind of saves you time that way. So there was a little bit of period of time where clients would go in, they would save favorite sets, but it was actually only saved in the cache of their browser. There's only in the cache of the browser. Now we've changed that to where anytime your client wants to go and create a favorite set with you, they have to actually create a client account. And the reason they have to do that is because it gives those favorite sets a place to live. So it lives in their client account. It'll stay in there as long as their client account stays open. And then what they can do is they can go in, they can view them, they can share them with you, they can edit the sets, they can add photos, they can remove photos, and things like that. But basically, what Favorites is for is an online proofing tool. It's a way to kind of get an idea of what kind of photos your clients like. You know, maybe they liked a couple of photos and you want to go in and do some post-processing and, upload it to their gallery and shoot them an invite to it, and maybe put a sale or something like that. So it's a way that you can kind of not only see what kind of photos that your clients like for editing purposes and things like that, but it also lets you kind of get into your clients' heads a little bit. You can kind of see, what shots they're liking and things like that. All right, let me grab a drink of water really quick. I hope that kind of gives you an idea of what Favorites are all about. There is a really good video tutorial all about setting up Favorites, how to review your clients' favorites and things like that. And if I can get Cheryl to throw that video link out in the chat, that would be awesome. Because it's a really good video. It goes over setting everything up and all that stuff. Okay, I'm going to take one more email question, and then we are probably going to be out of time. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. If you're watching the recorded version of this, we would love to have you guys come hang out with us on a live chat sometime and chat with us. Also, if you hover over up here somewhere, there should be a little info icon. If you click on that, it's going to drop down a little survey. If you guys could take the time to fill that survey out and let me know what I could do to make the live stream better, I would definitely appreciate that as well. And also, I hope that you guys liked what I did last week with the descriptions. That was a suggestion made by Ted here in the chat about adding timestamps and things like that. So I'm definitely always trying to find out what I can do to make this more beneficial for you guys so that you guys get a lot more out of it and can be successful in your Zenfolio accounts. So I hope you guys like that. And please definitely click that little info icon up in the top right corner up here somewhere. And just take a second and click on that. Just let me know what I can do to make this better for you guys. Home phone says Red Solo cup. Yeah, this is a bigger plastic version. It's not quite the original Red Solo, but it works for me. All right. So the last question I got here says, is there a way to set up digital products so that they don't go to the customer right after purchase? I want to edit the image before having them go to the customer. So I know we've already gone over order approval. That's definitely what you want to do, is set up order approval for the price list that you've got those digital products on. So again, if you go to selling right here, click on price list. And then any of the price lists you've got, whatever price list has that digital product on it, you just want to make sure that you've got order approval turned on. So if we go right here, we're going to see price list settings over here on the right here in just a second. So we're going to click on price list settings. And then right here is order approval right here. So as long as you have that turned on, that's going to let you review that digital product before it's actually sent to your client. Now you can leave order approval on for just prints and then have it set to automatically approve digital downloads if you want. That's definitely an option that you have there. But I really like the order approval option. I can't tell you how many times it has saved me because a client has placed an order and I've been out at a shoot or something like that. I come back in and I'm looking at the order and I'm getting ready to approve it, and the client calls and is like, hey, I put the wrong shipping address. Or they call and they're like, I really wanted to order something like this, but I just wasn't sure, or I was confused, and I'd like to add something to that order. So having order approval turned on is going to give you that little bit of buffer time that's going to let you catch those mistakes or make those changes that hopefully result in you making more bank on your orders. So definitely, I would definitely stay with order approval on unless you're just getting so many orders that it's impossible to keep track of. And if that's the case, congratulations to you. I hope I get there one day as well. So with that being said, guys, I am out of time. Thank you for everybody for coming and hanging out. Thanks for Cheryl. It's good to have you back there moderating for me. And hope to see you guys next week. Same time, same channel, same place. And until then, I hope everybody has a great weekend. And I will see everybody next time.